Sorry, I'm like joining another Zoom meeting.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's session. So we have two different topics this morning. So the first one will be about general safety from our coordinators from Jimen, Virgil, and Taichung coordinator Yuwen, and our Kaohsiung coordinator Kenny. And we will have the other session with Jane. So first of all, let's welcome our three coordinators.
Hello, this is our group talk about general safety. And as we said, safety is always the first priority. We have Virgil, Yuwen, and Kenny in this group. So here is our agenda. We will going to talk about personal safety, indoor safety, outdoor safety, and basic injuries. First of all, we'll talk about personal safety. And in this session, we will include lost wallets, protect belongings, stalker situation, call for help, and hitchhiking. So what should we do when you lost your wallet? You go to the Starbucks, have a coffee, doing your lesson plan, and then when you go home, you find, wait, where's my wallet? First of all, you pull out all the things in your backpack and double check. Sometimes double check is not enough. You have to do a triple check. And sometimes important things you will just hide like inside your baggage, and they refuse to let you find it because they're important. They try to catch your eyes. Okay, so you can find it and go back to the crime scene. The crime scene we say is the first place, the last place you've been before. For example, like I said, the situation was I was in Starbucks and I lost my wallet. So I go back to Starbucks and check everywhere, like ask the clerk and check chair, sofa, under the desk. If it's not, so it's officially you lost your wallet. Okay, and you don't have to panic at all. You have to report to the your coordinator, and then you have to go to the police station. And the police station is everywhere, so you have to go to the nearest police station. For example, like I lost my wallet at West Side, so I go to the West Side police station. Don't go to the other side because police, they cannot help you with in the different prison. And after all of this, you will have to do the record, such as you lost your wallet at what time and which place you have been before, so that police station, they will help you to find the wallet. And if someone find your thing, they can take it back to police station and the police can call you. Okay, so after a few days, oh no, not yet. Also, after a few days, police call you and say, hey, it's a really nice guy. He got your wallet and coming back to the police station. So would you want to grab it? Thank you. And that's congratulations, you found your wallet. And if not, your coordinator needs to help you to apply all the IDs, like your ARC, insurance card. And after all of this, please say thank you to all the people who helped you before. Okay, next. Next, we'll talk about protect your belongings on transportation. This is how exactly you will look like when you're in Taipei's MRT system. Okay, next. So we will have a backpack, and when we're on the MRT, what should we do? Should we just put our backpack on our back? No, because it's very crowded on the transportation. So from the first picture, you can see two backpackers. They are blocking like a salesman or something, a worker. If you stand like this and you ignore people, then people might miss their stop. And the next one, your huge backpack, you block a daughter and her mother. That's also bad. We don't want to separate families. So leave your huge backpack on the ground, like picture 3. You leave it there, but you have to be keep an eye because you can't just leave your stuff in front of the door, or some people, they can't get out. They will also miss their stuff. Okay, next. So put a backpack on your back. Is it good? Sometimes it's good, but it's on transportation. If you do like this, some bad people like thieves, they think, oh, you have backpack on your back. You don't have eyes on your back, so I can reach into your backpack and get the thing out. So don't put your backpack on your back. Don't let the thief get it. Move it to front and keep your belongings safe. Like the picture, like the black one, like this. So when you're on metro system, please put your backpack in the front. You can also like hold your backpack so you can protect your thing. Like Guru in in a dream, like this is my pressure. Okay, go next. Okay, here comes to the stalker situation. First of all, don't panic. I know it's hard. This weird guy staring at me and follow me, go anywhere. I will be panicked, but we have to talk to ourselves that you have to stop panic. So what should we do? First thing, calm down. It's hard, but at least don't scream. If you scream, the stalker will get excited. They probably just run into you, and that's pretty scary. Okay, and then run to the public places like a convenience store, or it's really like department store, or you're just nearby your school. Go back to school. There are always security guard around, so they can help you. And if the stalker is still around, or after this, when you try to go home, you find the stalker is still waiting somewhere or at a dark corner and stalk you again, please call your coordinator or your LET, like someone who can speak Chinese. But this is really important. You can only call the people that you can really trust in so that they can help you. And don't try to fight stalkers. It's pretty illegal here. You hit someone first, then you will get lawsuit. Okay, so calm down and go to public places, call your coordinator. Well, coordinators everywhere. They can help in anything like lost wallets, stalker situation. Coordinators, they're awesome. Give a big hand to them. Okay, next. Oh, talk about hitchhiking. I know in America, this is pretty normal. Like you want to go somewhere and you just pull on your big thumb. Then the nice people, they will pull down and say, hey, you want to give a ride in Taiwan? Probably not. Hitchhiking, because due to the cultural difference, hitchhiking in Taiwan maybe it's kind of potential dangerous. You don't know this guy and you don't know this place. And somehow they might just drive you to a really far place and just take out all your money, then just leave it in the deep in the mountain. So this is dangerous and only can get the ride from the people you trust, like LET or coordinator. Locals, depends. Okay, next one. So you got injured, you got stalker, you run into the police station, you run into the convenience store, you want to call for help, and here is the number for you to call for help. First one, you want to call police. You have to dial 110 on your cell phone. What if my phone is out of charge? It's okay, it's free. You can call for free. So 110 is police, and 119 is call for ambulance. But basically, if you call police and you tell them that, oh, I got injured, they will also help you to call ambulance. So if you have a scooter accident on the streets and you want to call for help, you can call coordinator first, and coordinator can help you to call police and ambulance. Or sometimes, because Taiwan is a really nice place, people are so warm. So they found they see someone was lying on the road, on the street, they will call for police and call ambulance for you. So here's the situation. You are in a convenience store. You don't know what to say. You want them to call police for you. And here is the Chinese we can teach you. The first one is call the police. 请帮我报警. You can unmute and repeat after me. 请帮我报警.
请帮我报警。
Okay. I already dialed the number. Okay, next one. If you don't want to call for police, you want like other help, like call ambulance, but you don't forget what's the police in the Mandarin. you can say this one. This one is pretty simple and it can use in any kind of situation. But please help me in any kind of help. So, okay, this one is 请帮帮我.
请帮帮我。
Or is another one. It's pretty simple too. This one, you can just yell, 救命! 救命!
救命！
Like humans' ears, they are really sensitive about this kind of syllable. So they heard 救命, they will try to find out where the people is, and they really need help. Okay, go next. Oh, so hitchhiking, is it dangerous or convenient? Unmute your microphone and tell me. Hitchhiking, yes,
Dangerous.
yes, it's dangerous. So keep a note on this. And you're in Taiwan is a really, not a really big place, but a lot of people is around. So you have to learn how to protect yourself. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Virgil. And good morning, everyone. I'm the coordinator from Taichung. And today I'm going to talk about the indoor safety, which includes the topics fire, humidity, and the insect. So first, we will go through the fire safety first. Most of you already get out from the quarantine hotel, but maybe some of you still in the USA will go to quarantine hotel for 2 weeks. And there was a news in this July, there are 4 people killed in the fire at the quarantine hotel in the central Taiwan, and over 20 people got hurt. But so just know, use this news. I just note you that if there is a fire really happen in a quarantine hotel during your quarantine, you still can go out with your mask on and escape from the building. So now I will tell you about some tips to prevent the fire damage, and it is important for let you remember it, and it can be helpful when you have to make the decision. So now we will have a very easy fire knowledge challenge. I hope everyone can turn on your camera if it's not too difficult for you, because we will have a show the color game. There will be 4 questions and the options in different color. So if the answer of the question you think is red, just show me something red in front of your camera. If it's the answer is yellow, you show something yellow on your camera so we can see which answer you think is right. Yes, if we give you 1 minute. Yes, and now I see more people on the screen. Hi. Okay, so are you ready? So the first question is, what is the deadliest in the fire disaster? We have 4 options: purple, smoke, yellow toxic gas, red fire, and black darkness. Quickly show me the color. I saw purple sweater, purple screen, blue, purple, purple. I see most purple. Great. So the answer is the smoke. So the smoke is the deadliest in the fire disaster, and it says about like 60% of people who died in the fire was choked by smoke. So the second question: when you find a flame about 30 centimeters high in your room in the midnight, what is the first step you should do? 4 options in white, yellow, red, and black. I see a red rope, the white notebook. More answers? Black, red. Okay, so the answer is right, it's red. So if you see the flame which is more than 25 centimeters high, unfortunately, it's already difficult to be extinguished. So the first thing you should do is you have to call all the roommates, the flatmates that there is a fire there, so they won't miss the chance to escape or do something helpful when the fire happens. The next questions, when the smoke and fire are strong outside of your room, what you should do? We have also 4 options in purple, white, yellow, and the blue. The yellow on the screen, white on the screen, white, yellow, and many yellow or white, also blue, I saw blue. Okay, the answer is yellow. So when it's outside of your room, you should better like close the door and find anything like clothes or duvet or pillow, just like stuck the gap. So don't let the smoke go inside your room, and open the window or break the windows to let the fresh air can come in, and wait for help in the room. You can see on the photo under there is 2 rooms which have a door closed, which is a door open is have a different story and result. Okay, the last questions. So which one is the right position when escaping in the smoke? This is our last question, so I have a different way to answer with then color that you have to find the things, show the things. It's pen or is toothbrush or sunglasses or a bottle of water. So glasses, also so bottles, glasses. Any more? Any more? Glasses. Also, I also see the answer. Okay, so the answer is actually toothbrush. So when this fire happen and you have to escape, you need to like make your head down to the floor and use your lower arm and knee to crawl, and it will be helpful if you move along the wall. That will be easy for you to find the direction of the exits when it's in the smoke. So that is our fire challenge. And each question you have a few seconds to think of, but it says if it really happens, you only have 30 seconds to think if you should stay in the place or you should escape. So now we have a little practice. How long is 30 seconds? So now you please imagine you are wake up in the midnight at your apartment or in your quarantine hotel, and you saw something happen, like some smoke in your room. How should you escape?
30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's very short. So I don't know if you survive or if not in your imaginations, but now we will go through this process to see if you think also like this way. First thing to do is notify the people also in the house, And then if you find the fire is next to you, you should close the door to isolate the fire and escape. And with the position we just saw in our presentation. And now you should go down or go up. Can you show me your fingers? Go up or go down? You should go to the top floor or you should go to yes, I saw mostly down. So the answer is down because the smoke it can rise so quickly, can rise for one floor in 1 second, and we cannot run so fast. So you better find your entrance down floor, and you will get rescued. And if the fire is outside of your room, first you can touch the door handle to see if it's hot or it's cold outside. And if it's not hot and there is no smoke from outdoor, you can just go through the process we just mentioned. But if it's hot, very hot, and the handle is just very high temperature, you should escape or stay. You can also show me a finger, escape for 1 and stay 2. Yes, 1, 2. Yeah. So if it's very hot outside, you should better stay in your place. And close the door and stock the door gap with everything you can find in your room or in a place. And don't let the smoke coming in. And open the window. The number to call is 119 for the ambulance, and keep calm and wait for help. And we'll get rescued. So all this process is important, but the most important is you have to keep calm, because everyone will get nervous. It's very normal. Then you can breathe for once or twice and keep calm and then do your decisions. But from our daily life, there is also some ways to prevent from the fire damage or disaster, which is in your apartment, don't overload the extension cord. And when you are cooking, you should keep the ventilation and don't leave the fire just stay there and do something else. Another thing is you can check your evacuation map. If you are going to the movie, cinema, or some hotel, when you're traveling, you can check their map beforehand. And even you can make an evacuation map with your roommates if you are not already in your apartment, to make sure that you know how to escape. And also, if you use the heater, boiler, when you taking shower, you can also turn it off, switch off the heater when you finish, and then remember to keep ventilation by the windows. The next one is about the humidity. So you can see the different two maps of America and in Taiwan. Like Taiwan is an island, so it's like surrounded by sea. Some places is very, very humid, like in Yilan or Hualien and the north of Taiwan. It can be about the average of the humidity is about like 70 or even 80. So if you are from the drier state, you might have to be careful. That's like now in this season's autumn and winter is the most humid time in Taiwan. So if you have a problem like asthma or some for more sensitive of your skin of the humidity, you can be careful. Like you just keep ventilation, like open the windows also. And if you are in the east and north of Taiwan, you even can try to prepare a dehumidifier at your place if you really need it. And if it's nice and sunny weather, you just go out and enjoy the sun frequently. It will also not only keep you feel more comfortable in your body, also your mental health is helpful to your mental health. Okay. And this is the common insects in Taiwan. So we will not see the real picture here, so you don't have to worry if you don't like the insect. Here are some common insects you might see in your apartment, which is like cockroaches. Everybody hates cockroaches. It is different. They can be different size and different kind, and it can be around like 2 to 4 centimeters long, and some of the cockroach even they can fly. It's very scary. And also the mosquitoes is in summer is like the most mosquito, and if you need sometimes some kind of mosquito is also dangerous. So if you are going out to the forest, you can use some spray to prevent the mosquito bite, or you just wear some long jacket to prevent the mosquitoes. And the ants, I heard some in Ilan have a special red ant which bites you, you will feel itchy in your body. So you must also be careful of it. But this wolf spider, it's very scary. It's the spider like can be like big as your palm, but don't be worried. It's actually a good neighbor in your apartment because it can eat cockroaches. So, so if you saw a wolf spider, please don't kill them. Just let them go, and then they can help you to kill some cockroaches. It's their food. But if you see a wolf spider at your apartment, maybe it's also not a good news, because it means there are some cockroaches or many cockroaches in your place, so they visit your apartment to eat the cockroaches. But if you are interested in how does it look, you can later on Google Classroom to copy these 2 words, laya, and Google it to see how does it look. And also geckos. Geckos is like lizards on the wall. It also help you to eat mosquitoes at your apartment. So to prevent those common insects to appear in your apartment, there are some ways to do. First is don't let your food expose at your kitchen or in your room, so that the insect will not come to your place to eat, help you to finish this food. And also prepare some equipment like the zappers or some insect killer thing sprayed at your place. And the most important is keep your place always clean. Like you can even make a monthly or weekly cleaning plan with your roommate, and just do the routine, don't just keep the place doesn't dirty all the time, so it will make you feel good, also prevent the insect to come to your place. Another 4 things will be helpful to keep the pests out. One is chemical, and it can be found in the Carrefour or any supermarket. That's chemical to the cockroaches. They touch it and then they eat it, they will die somewhere. And or the drain cover that you can install in your bathroom, so you can turn it off when you finish showering, so the insects will not come to your bathroom from the hall and a tube. Or more natural is the spray. There are many different kinds of spray in the supermarket. Like you can find something is chemical, something is natural. Like here I show on the picture is the spray which have an essential of a hinoki or mandarin, which like a strong taste or strong smell will keep the insect out of your place. Or even more natural, you can just have some herbs plant in your apartment, like a mint, rosemary. Like those insects they don't like this strong spice smell, so you can do it. So that's it's all from me. So I will pass to Kenny.
Hello everyone, I'm Kenny from Kaohsiung, and today we'll be talking about some outdoor safety. So for outdoor safety, we'll be covering transportation in the woods, in water, and also insurance. Next. So for starters, transportation. The following are some transportation that you will be using frequently in the coming days, such as taxi, MRT, and also scooter. So for taxi, always get on and off from the right side of the car so you can avoid incoming cars. But if you really need to get up from the left, do a two-step technique to open the car door, which is you open a crack to warn coming cars and also check if there are coming cars, and then you can open the door. So this is also part of the driver's license test, so keep it in mind. And next, on the MRT or bus, hold the handle firmly and do not rush. Okay, so if you cannot catch the MRT or bus, just wait for the next one. And also for holding the handle firmly, we have past ETAs who like to kind of like exercise on the train or bus, which they use the handle like a gymnastic ring. Okay, so although it sounds fun, but we don't recommend doing this. And also on a scooter or bike. So although you are not able to ride a scooter now, but you will eventually be on a scooter. So if you're on a scooter and bike, be careful for big cars like buses or trucks or cement cars, cement trucks, because they always make really big turns, like the picture. So when they make big turns, it will cause a gap when they turn and also a blind spot. So it's really dangerous if you are next to them when they are on the road. Okay. And also wear a helmet at all time, and it will be optimal if it's a full face helmet, like the one on the right. Okay. Next. So as you can see here, a full face helmet provides the most protection, especially on the chin. But even if it provides the most protection, it's only like 65% of the protection. So imagine if this is one like only covers your head, the top of your head, or the side of your head. Yes. Now next. So moving on to the woods. So I know a lot of you are really experienced in hiking, big hiking lovers. So I will spare you the basics. But some tips for hiking in Taiwan will be, first, the emergency number. So if you ever get lost or have any serious problem in the woods, call the emergency number, like Virgil mentioned before, 119. And some popular hiking trails will require registration, such as maybe Alishan or the Jade Mountain. These will require registration. So before you went hiking, make sure you go check if it requires registration. And here's also the link that you can check if it's needed. And lastly, snakes. So snakes are normally unaggressive unless they are bitten. So if you encounter a snake, just stay calm and leave. Okay, and nobody will hurt anyone. Okay, and next. So here is a slide that show how dangerous hiking is. Okay, but I'm not trying to scare you, but just letting you know that we have incidents like this before. So remember to be careful. Next. So here are some common venomous snakes that you can see in Taiwan. So if you are unfortunately bitten by them, call 119. And while you're waiting for the EMT to come, don't try to suck up the venom or do anything to the wound. You can begin to recall the look of the snake and remove clothing or accessories around the infected area. So when the EMT comes, you can tell them what kind of snake it is, and they can provide the according shot to you. Next. So Taiwan is really hot. So when you are at the beaches, remember to put on sunscreen. Okay, so because with the hot weather, a lot of people go to beaches or maybe swim, maybe dive. Okay, so sunscreen are really important. And when you're diving, also check for signs to see if it prohibits diving. Okay, so the sign will be looking like the picture on the left. It will be a red cover and with white words. And anyway, I think you can feel that the sign is telling you not to do something. Okay, so if you ever see signs like this, feel free to check with people around or your coordinators. Oh, next. And lastly, insurance. Okay, so you're all insured with a group insurance. So if, again, unfortunately, you run into an accident, some bills can be covered. Okay, so in order to be reimbursed, keep all receipts from the hospitals, the taxis, and any of your expenditures. Okay, and then the insurance company can decide if they can reimburse or not. Oh, next, please. So moving on to some, actually only one, basic injuries. Okay, so again, next, Taiwan is really hot, as you can see. Next, Taiwan is like a burning potato, sweet potato in the summer. Okay, all the cities in the west coast are red. Okay, they're usually over 30 or even 33 degrees. Okay, so it's really hot. And next, so with this kind of temperature, it's really easy to catch a heat stroke. Okay, so these will be some symptoms for having a heat stroke. You might feel a mild headache. You might feel dizzy, nausea. You will be sweating colds. You'll be sweating. You have cold skin. Your heart racing and you're cramping. Okay, so if you have any two of these symptoms, there's a really good chance that you have a heat stroke. Next. So there are 4 procedures for dealing with a heat stroke. So first, go to a cool place and avoid direct sunlight. Okay. And second, have some water and sports drink. Okay, so sports drink here are not as colorful as they are in the States. They're usually just transparent or maybe green. Okay, like the one you see on picture, green, but it's also transparent. But because of the bottle, it looks green. Okay, so have some water, have some sports drink, and number 3, lie down and raise your feet. Okay, so by doing this, it will enable the blood to flow back to your brain. And last, spray water on you and put wet towels on your neck or armpit. Okay, so the 4th step will take you about 10 to 15 minutes, and if possible, wet the towel or change the towel every 5 minutes if you can. Okay. And hopefully, after these 4 steps, you'll be better. You'll feel better. Okay. Next. So I think this concludes today's general safety presentation. Okay, so I think now we are opening for questions. Feel free to open your mic and ask or type your questions in the chat box. I think if there's no more questions, this will be the end of today. Okay, so make sure to come back later at 10:30. Okay, we will have another session with Jane. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Hello, I have a question. My name's Maya. I wanted to know, I do have asthma, and I wanted to know if the health insurance would let me buy more like asthma pumps, like more asthma medicine. Is that possible with health insurance?
For I think health insurance usually cover like accidents, so asthma will be more like a self-paid medicines.
Okay, thank you.
But I think, Maya, but I think if you go to a doctor and it will be covered from the national health insurance, so you don't have to pay all the medicine, and the doctor will be partly covered by the national health insurance.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I think that's it. We can take a break.
So welcome back, everybody. So next session is held by one of the most important person for your life in Taiwan. Is Jane. So she is the intercultural communication and our mental health advisors. So I think if you need any support, especially related to your mental status, I think she's the first person you can contact. So let's welcome her.
Thank you, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. Hi, ETAs. Thank you for joining this session. I know it's like exhausting period of time for quarantine. Hope you're still hanging in there. Really appreciate all for you to join online. And before I start, I believe that last week, the team 2, right? You have seen me speaking. Just want to share a few important things. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Because today's topic is mental health check-in. So like, don't forget, self-care is really important to your mental health. So if you, I don't know if you remember, if you accidentally fall asleep, don't worry, I'll still love you the same. And because it's like so hot out there. Oh, it's raining out there and it's very comfortable inside. Hopefully, if your AC is not broken, so it's perfect for sleeping. Yeah, and I think everybody had breakfast, so your blood is in your stomach. So means no blood in your brain. So if you fall asleep, it makes sense. And everybody is going through a lot of changes right now. I think it's your last week, maybe there are one more week for team 2. I think more than 1 week. So going through a lot of changes mentally, physically, jet lag, must be exhausted. So it's perfect for sleeping. So if you fall asleep, does it make sense? Absolutely. Okay. So don't worry, I'll love you the same. And then the second one is screenshot the PowerPoint if you need or if you feel is helpful. I will also upload all the PowerPoint, which I haven't done yet, but I will do that today after the session. And the third one is you can contact significant other, bio break, just help yourself. Okay, so take care of yourself is really important. Also, remember, you always have the choice. Okay, it's always nice to hear your voices and your responses. And there will be some activities later for self-care. So type, and there will be things typing, invite all of you to type in the chat box. If you don't feel like participating, it's okay too. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into my PowerPoint. So same, if you can see my PowerPoint, please type in 1 in the chat box so I can see if you can see. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, guys. Okay, thanks. Okay, I think that most of you can see the chat box. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. Thank you, Kevin, for introducing me. I will be the intercultural communication advisor and also provide mental health services. So if you have interest in talking about intercultural communication, or you feel like you want some support, someone to talk to about some experience, you have experience in Taiwan, I'm the one you can reach to. And later I will share a little bit how you can use this resource. And also I'm a licensed therapist in Taiwan. What else? I'm a PhD student at Shida NTNU, and I study my master in couple and family therapy program. My undergrad is also counseling. So basically my job is related to mental health services, counseling, speech, and workshops and groups. Okay, so I'll see you guys more later. So what's my role at Fulbright? You can imagine all of you are this beautiful flower blooming with these rains and the sunshine. You're going to a new environment and you're gonna meet new people, new community, and make new friends, like this cute little rabbit. So sometimes going to these new environments, sometimes it's exciting, but sometimes it's challenging. So I will be here to support you. Okay. And what I can provide is, the first one is individual talk, because we want to create a safe environment for everybody. So your information will be confidential. Okay, but I will let you, if you want to reach out to the services, I'll let you read through informed consent. There are a few exceptions, but I will walk through these with you. Okay, but most of your talk will be confidential. If I feel like I need extra help from the coordinators or from Fulbright or from other resources, I will have conversation with you and definitely ask for your consent. And the second one is I can help to connect mental health resources. If at your local you feel like you want to find a psychiatrist, if you feel like you want to talk with a therapist, I can provide some of these, referral you and give some of the resources to you. And the third one is later I will lead some support group and also workshops. And if ETAs, you guys feel like you have the need, you can also let your coordinator know and we can arrange for that. But also later, Kevi will also arrange some of these in the future. The fourth one is intercultural topic talks. I'm an intercultural communication advisor. So if you have interest in this topic, this role, you are more than welcome to have conversation with me. Okay, and the last one, the DEI working team. Last week I have shown in the presentation, like if you're interested in joining the general committee or applying for co-chair, today will be the co-chair deadline. And if you need more time, you can also email, let me know. But hopefully you can all finish the application, the co-chair role today. And then next Wednesday will be the general committee deadline. Okay, so I will be the window with the ETA's DEI working team and then with the FSC DEI committee. Okay, these will be basically my role here. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can also email me. So which means my email is really important. How you can contact me and how, if you want like any of these services, first you can email me. And then second one, I will send you an application form for mental health services, and then we can schedule a time to talk online. Okay, so this will be the process. And it's always nice if I didn't reply you in like 2 days or 3 days and you have like it's really important. Maybe sometimes I miss the email. It's always nice to follow up or send me another email to make sure if I get the email. Okay, so go ahead if I didn't email back, and you can always like check in with me. Okay. All right, so this will be important information. So we're gonna go ahead right now. We're gonna move on to today what we're gonna talk about. But first of all, I want to invite all of you to give yourself some time to settle down, find a comfortable place, and you can sit or you can stand or you can lay down, whatever makes you comfortable. Okay, and look around you and find something you like. Okay, this is important. You can look around you, use your eyes and turn your neck and look around you and to find something you like or appeals to you. Okay, what could it be? Okay, you can type in the chat box to share with me, share with everybody to see what is this thing. Always important. It's always important to find resources or support for yourselves. For example, I find my water glass of water, which appeals to me or which I really like. Yeah. And it also can comfort me and give me water and energy while I'm giving this presentation. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Sunlight, it's always nice to have light. Later I will share why it is so important to have sunshine. Okay, water, all chips, coffee, guitar, dumpling, scarf, picture of King Dinosaur, chocolate, temples, clouds. My room has cute curtains, nice. Garbage truck and some soothing sounds. You find these resources for ourselves. Okay, so later, if we check in, if you need some of these support, some of these resources, you know they are there for you. And also, I'll be here for you too. Okay, so you can take a sip of your coffee, you can take a look at the pictures, you can eat some dumplings, yeah, like while listening to this presentation. There will be 3 parts that I will share today. The first one is the challenge of isolation, quarantine. Because we're in quarantine, we're kind of like isolated from the outside world for like 14 days, and then like another 7 self-management. That's like almost a month. And like coming to a new place, you were like back close with your community, close to your friends, close to your family. And now like you're coming to a new environment. Sometimes you feel like isolated or like need some time to adjust yourself to the new environment. So like feeling like alone, this is really common. Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the challenges. And then we will go on to, there will be a self-rating anxiety skill. I will show some of these sentences and you can see where are you at. And you don't need to like report to me or like give the numbers to me. It's just like a self-check, see where am I at my anxiety level, and do I need some of support or do I want someone to talk to? Or sometimes like cleaning the room will be really helpful to lower your anxiety. Okay, and the last one is after we talk about some of the challenges and like some check-in with yourself, like I won't leave you alone. Okay, I will share some ways that could be helpful to face these challenges. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next slide. Okay, so the first one is this check-in. I want to invite all of you to feel yourself. You will see there are like lots of feelings, lots of numbers on my PowerPoint. Now, after the quarantine, we're gonna face a new coming semester. What are some of your feelings? I will be interested to see how is everybody. So go ahead, you can type in the chat box to see what are your feelings facing the new semester. You might talk to your LET already, you might meet your coordinators, you might meet some of your cohorts, or not students yet, but there must be some of the feelings that you are feeling facing this new coming semester. So go ahead and look in the chat box. It might not be just one feeling. It might feel excited and also worried at the same time, which is definitely very common. Or maybe sometimes is angry because the quarantine is postponing my time to see my students, or you feel disappointed, or you feel sad because still in quarantine, but you want to go out to meet your students. Yeah, so everybody will have like different feelings. You can go ahead and check in some of these feelings. Yeah, maybe some excitement, delighted, but also anxious or worried. Okay, I see a lot of exciting and also some worries, some anxious, the happy box, happy, excited, joyful, delighted, gray, and then some anxious, of course, happy, confused, because maybe the school haven't give you some schedules yet, or there will be something that is confused. If you feel like you didn't have information, then go ahead and go ask. It's always okay to ask to make your confused go away. Maybe we'll talk about when we have things in control, we know what's going to happen and it can lower our anxiety. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, I also see a lot of confused and worried, happy, excited. Yeah, all kinds of feeling. This is, yeah, sometimes this feeling, sometimes this feeling. So you can check in yourself when at the beginning of quarantine, you might feel excited about new food. Oh, wow, well, I'm gonna get, but right now, maybe you feel like so annoyed. Why am I having the same bento box? Yeah, and I can't choose my own groceries. Yeah, and remember, when we're having all these feelings is okay, and we embrace all of these comfortable and uncomfortable feeling is the most important thing. Okay, thank you all for sharing. Just to have a little check-in with yourself, knowing what are some feelings you have. Later we will have a practice. If you couldn't recall some of your feelings you're having, you can go back to the chat box and see what are some feelings, and accept all of these feelings is important. All right, right now we're doing this during this epidemic prevention, or some of you are still, most of you are still in quarantine. What do you do when you're at home or when you're at the hotel? Okay, so there will be 3 boxes. The first one will be adverb. The second one will be a verb, and the last one will be a place. So there will be 3 parts we will go through. The first one is the recent you. Recent you, what do you look like? Maybe for me, Jane excitingly eat well, sleeping well in my bed. Okay, so it will be 0 for me, the first box, and the second one will be 1, and then the last one is in my bed, so it'll be 0, 1, 8. So you can go ahead and type in the recent you. What are the 3 numbers? These fits your recent you. You can also type it in. Okay, if you don't want to share, it's okay. Okay. Yeah, mostly thinking about my past in the bathroom. Okay. Feels like an interesting place to think about the class. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for sharing your names, because that's important. That how can we call you? That's also like respecting you. Yeah. Relaxing, cleaning up. Yeah. In the living room. Nice. Seems like someone is out of quarantine or self-management still. Yeah, morally, yeah, thinking about my past and my bed. Yeah, especially when we're alone, thinking about things will be it will happen a lot. Yes, and then maybe stare blankly. Yes, watching Netflix. Yes, at my desk. I recently noticed Netflix will remove some of the episodes or some of the movies sometimes, and that sucks. Okay, so all right, thank you for sharing. This will be the recent you. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next part to see will there be some changes. Okay, so the second part will be the ideally combination. Okay, what will be some ideally combination looks like? Recent me, maybe exciting, eating well, sleeping well in my bed. But ideally, maybe for me, I will feel relaxing, thinking about my life or career in front of my desk. I feel like, I have enough time with my bed now. I feel like maybe I can have more time at my desk, in front of my desk. Okay, so go ahead now. You can chat it, put in the chat box. What are some of your ideal combination looks like? Also, everybody will be different. Maybe peacefully. Journaling sounds like a good idea in my bed. Oh, that sounds so nice. I want to put that in my ideal combination too. Yeah. And then also, well, thank you for typing in. I'm losing myself in these numbers. Okay, let me see what comes. Yeah, thank you for sharing right now. Hannah will relaxingly eat well, sleep well in your bed. Oh, that also sounds really nice. Check in yourself and see what are some of the ideal combinations for yourself. And also embrace the recent you. And also you can, if you have the energy, take a look at what are some ideally combination looks like. Maybe will give you a different picture in your mind. Okay, the last one, I will like all of you, if you can share, what do you want to do while you're in Taiwan? What are some of the things when you're getting out of the quarantine, or when you're after the self-management, or right now you're at your new place, your new home for this coming year? What are some things you want to do? You can just type in, there's no numbers anymore. You can see in your daily life, what are some of the things you would like to do? Maybe learn Chinese, maybe get along with my students, or maybe I want to travel to, I want to go to Jade Mountain. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you have a foreign passport, all of you have US passport, you don't need to draw. Like right now in Taiwan, if you going to these mountains, the famous one, the locals, we need to draw to see, already see if we get it. Yeah. Walk around town, meeting up with friends, decorating your room. Oh, that's always exciting. Practice Mandarin, hiking trips. Yes, make friends, explore, bike. Oh, I like that. Maya Burley, making friends, Taiwanese Americans, meditating outside, maybe doing yoga. Well, it's a big thing like doing sup and going to see the sunrise and sunset. Oh, I checked the schedule. You just have a general safety session earlier. So make sure if you do these, make sure you're safety. Okay, swim in the ocean. There's one in Geelong. There's a sea and ocean swim pool. Yeah, best buddy with locals. Seems like our local are really lucky to have all of you. Travel, be outside with friends, making the friends be at the beach. Yeah, visit temples and culture centers, and hike and serve community. Yeah, these are really all good ideas. Yeah, gain more confidence when using Chinese. Okay, we are always a good practice partner. Okay, partner buddies, and then the coordinators too. So if you want to have the session with me in Chinese, we can also do that too. Okay, all right. So this is just a check-in for recent you, ideally you, and what are some things you want to do. Embrace all of them. They are all important. Okay. Okay. So here are some challenges. I'm gonna move a little bit quickly because later we have 2 more parts to share. Some of the challenges of isolation and quarantine. We're going quarantine, self-management. Basically, we're inside a box. And then the COVID-19 situation is getting better now in Taiwan. Yay! So like travels will be like more easy for everybody, and also be at school, no virtual with your students. And also changing to a new environment. These are some challenges that recently we are facing. And these are some of these challenges. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm taking care of myself, okay? Like anxious about the uncertainty. Sometimes we don't know about what's happening that will make us anxious. And this is really common. So you don't know about OT, you don't know about students. These will be anxious for sure. And your pace of life is disrupt. Sometimes, usually we will forget what time is it, and then lose the ability to know the time, especially when we are living in a no window group. You don't know when it's morning, when it's night. So we need a sense of ritual, and then makes us feel secure. Okay, this is some of the challenges. And right now, I think most of us will feel this way. The movement are restricted. When doing everything at the same area, sometimes what makes you excited will turn into something boring. Okay, so like usually routine, eat, sleep, exercise, you just feel different and feel annoyed, and it's okay. Some people will feel like I need to keep up a schedule because this is what I do and what is better for me. But sometimes that doing the same thing over and over again will annoy you, and that's okay. Remember, this feeling will comes up. Don't blame yourself. You can like relax a day, don't do anything, and then come back to your routine, and that's fine too. And this is something that we will face, even though maybe some people are good at being alone. Like it's really important to be alone, but sometimes we will get frustrated as well when facing this loneliness, because humans, we are like social animals. Like if we have a limited of time, you can think, what time do I need to have alone time? How long do I need to be with my friends? Because everybody is going out making friends, but I need a lot of alone time. You will start to feel like, am I being weird? But just be aware that we just have this energy and this amount of time. You feel like if you need more alone time, it's okay. Then go ahead and have your alone time, and you can always share it, that you care about this new cohort, these friends, that, oh, I like to have time with you, but maybe I will leave this Friday for myself. Or like if you want, yeah, like you can like manage your time to see what is better for you. We are these social animals, so we need to be around people. So when we are alone, our brain will start to have some pressure. We don't really have chance to practice being alone in our daily time. So these isolation and quarantine will exaggerate these loneliness feelings. And when we are going through quarantine, sometimes we'll have these physical and mental health symptoms, maybe insomnia, or maybe it's jet lag, but maybe later, right now, you're adjusting to Taiwan's time. Found like you're worried about the future, insomnia, depressed, annoyed, exhausted, feeling very tired and want to sleep a lot, confusion, yes, of course, and over anxious about your body. These will definitely be some challenges that we will face when you're facing a new environment and meeting new people or going through quarantine. Okay, so if you have these feelings, you want to talk it out, we can make an appointment with me. Okay, I don't know if everybody know what animal is this. This is porcupine. They have really strong quills, and I'm gonna tell a little story about these cute porcupine. I think it's cute. Yeah, and this is I think it's a foreign tale in Germany. There is these porcupines in the Germany forest. And when at night it's really, really cold, it's a winter night, really, really cold and dark in these forests. And these porcupines, they really want to like feel warm, so they want to get closer to each other. But when they get closer to each other, they will get quilled or will be stung by each other because they have these really, really long quills. Okay, so they have to find move back a little bit to have their own space. So it's really important that when we're being with people, these are two of our needs, being with people and having our alone time. So it will create these balances. So these porcupines, they can find their own space, not to sting other people, but also they can feel comfortable around people and feel warm around people. So if any of these two needs are not fulfilled or not satisfied, you will have feelings, right? Okay, so if you feel like you're really hungry, and if you feel hungry and I won't let you eat, you will have the feeling of angry, right? Why Jane wouldn't let me eat food? Like my need is not satisfied. My need is not fulfilled. Like eating is the main basic needs we have. So also individual and togetherness are two needs that we have. If any of these are not fulfilled, you will have feelings, and it's really common. So when you have feelings, you can go back and take a look at, am I having too much time alone, or I'm having too much time with my friends and not myself? You might have some feelings will come up. So it's always a good tool for you to check in this balance, and you can remember this porcupine story. for yourself. Okay, and this part, I will let you guys screenshot because of the time. We won't really have time to go through all the questions together, but you can screenshot. Okay, this will be a self-rating anxiety scale. So for each item below, later there will be 20 questions. Please check column which best describe how often you feel or behave this way during the past several days. So the past several days, how do you feel? If it's a little of time, you can put in A. If it's some of the time, put in B. If it's good part of time, C. And then most of the time, you can put in D. Okay, you don't need to report to me or reply to me. You can just screenshot and then see what are some of your status right now. So go ahead and screenshot. I'll give you 5 seconds. If that's enough, we can move on to the next slide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next slide. So you can go through these sentences later to see what are some of your feelings. Okay, so this will be the next 10 questions. I'll give you 5 seconds, screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next. I'm gonna share with you how you can have your numbers, how to calculate. So the question number, if it's 5, 9, 13, and 19, are scored in the following way. A is 4, B is 3, C is 2, and D is 1. And the rest of the questions are scored in A1, B2, C3, D4. Okay, so you will get a number add up together, and then you can time 1.25 and to see what are your total scores. Okay, so I don't know if you can screenshot it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next slide. Okay, so above, between these numbers under 15, you will have like a general, like what are my anxiety level at? Okay, so if you want to have like further conversation around it, then you can email me to talk about. Okay, and also with your friends and your coordinators, these will be good supports too. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and later if we have, if you're working with your students, it's always nice to have a countdown with them to let them know you're shifting or you're changing to the next slide or your next part of your class curriculum. All right, there's 3 ways to face this. There will be 3 little practices that we can do together. So the first one is, I don't know if you still remember your feelings earlier before. Okay, we are just normal people, all right? Under this limitation, under this unpredictable situation, having worried and anxiety feelings are really normal, okay? So it's really, really normal. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just a reflect on what our situation like. It's not about it's right or wrong, or good or bad. Okay, we don't judge. We don't want to judge ourselves, but it's easy to judge or blame ourselves. So the first one is like accept our advantages, disadvantages, and this quarantine or pandemic time. No matter what kind of feelings, allow yourself to have it. Or later, if you're going through the semester, sometimes you'll feel, am I a good teacher enough? Am I a good enough teacher? Always allow yourself to have these feelings. And we have these 6 basic feelings: happy, sad, anxiety, or fear, anger, disgust, and surprise. All of these emotions, they might mix together and create new emotions. So these are just the basic ones. So you can come back and check in. If you couldn't feel like what do I really feel, you can like come back to these really basic feelings and then see maybe what are these, what are my feelings. Okay, and it's always okay if you couldn't find these feelings. It's okay, like you can just breathe and give yourself some time and some space. And also when we have feelings, our physical body will respond. So if you can't recognize these feelings, it's okay, come back to your body, recognize what are your body responses. Okay, because when feelings get mixed, like a mixed bag of feeling, wow, it's a lot. So first of all, we really need to have a conversation with ourselves. It sounds like funny or ridiculous, but this is a really important step for us. Okay, allow myself to have this feeling and have a self-talk. Okay, this sentence will divide into 3 parts. The first one is to say hello to this feeling, or if you can't find the feeling, find your body. Like, hello, stomach ache. Hello, reflux. Oh, feel like puking. Hello, feel like puking. I notice you. And the second part is I know it's uncomfortable. Okay, like recognizing that, and yes, I notice you. Once you notice you, you recognize it you, then we can take next step for our actions or do things. If you feel like, oh, I want to fix it, I want to fix everything, why am I so angry? You start to blame yourself. Oh, then it's really hard because we will easily blame ourselves. But if you accept it, yes, it's okay. Hello, angry, I notice you. I know it's uncomfortable, and yes, I notice you. So I'll give everybody a minute. If you want to turn off your video, your camera, go ahead and you can have a little talk with yourself. Just the 3 easy, simple sentences. Okay, so we'll have like a minute for everybody to practice this part. Okay. Thank you for having this time with yourself. If you practice, it's great. If you didn't practice, you're also great. Okay, you're not right or wrong. You can just like practice this when you feel like you want to. Okay. The second part, little practice, is we can concentrate or focus on what we can control. Okay, it's really important to identify what are things we can control or what are things you cannot control. Okay, I'll invite you to have a pen and a piece of paper. Later, we're gonna draw 2 shapes. Oh, sorry, my PowerPoint. One is a square, and you can write in things I can't control. And the circle inside is things I can control. So why do we need to identify these differences? Because when we focus on the things we can control, we can accept it, make it better, okay? Like know what's gonna happen based on our needs, fulfill our needs. When we focus on what we cannot control, there will be expectation that do not meet the reality. And expectation will fall short of the reality, then you will feel really anxious a lot of time. Okay. Okay, this gap cannot be overcome by action, and it will cause the most pain, and at this time it will bring like these uneasiness and these anxiety. This is important, so I'll wait for you for 2 minutes that you can try to write down some of your answers, and I will share my answers later with everybody too. You can think in this quarantine or in this pandemic, or right now you're in a new country, what are things you cannot control? Like I cannot control like what's happening back home. Maybe what I can control is I can control how frequent I want to contact them. Okay. Or things I cannot control. I don't know if I can travel in the winter break, right? I feel anxious, and like I come all the way to Asia, I feel like I want some travel. These are things you can control. But things you can control is you can make plans. You can start to make plans to places you want to go. You can start to look into some specific, the MRT stations. And when the times in the future it comes, then maybe this will be useful. But this is a thing I can control now. I can control which country I want to make plans for. Thailand, Japan, okay. Hopefully we can travel soon, or in Taiwan also. Okay, so I'm gonna sorry, I said I'm gonna give you a minute, 2 minutes to write down. So I'm gonna be quiet. Okay, I'm checking the time, so I'm gonna move on a little bit. And if you wanna come back and revisit this activity later, you can have more of your time too. Okay, so I can share some of my answers with all of you. Things I can't control maybe is COVID made me anxious. I cannot control. And what's on the news, I can't control. Room is so small, I can't control. Okay, people being diagnosis, I can't control. Other people are not following the rules, I can't control. When I make new friends, I can't control. And maybe for my right now, my situation, because my house is having construction, so if it's too loud, I hope it won't bother everybody. So that's the things I can't control. I can't control how loud will they be. But what I can control is I tell them in advance that later I will have a presentation. You can have the construction, but you have to lower your voice. Okay, so that makes it better. Oh, thank you for sharing. If you would like to share, you can put in a chat box. If you don't feel like sharing, then it's totally okay. And maybe some of the things that you can control is, thank you, Charlie, for sharing. You can make plans. You can eat healthy-ish. Yeah, it's healthy. Pick the not oily food. Yeah. Sorry, it's okay. Yeah. And some of the things you can control, maybe as I make yourself more comfortable when you're worried, you know, what are some things that could make you better? Some coffee, water, or like watch Netflix. What are things you can do? Learn to take care of your physical and mental health, and do something make you happy. These are the things I can control. Choose what information I want to receive. If the news every day is showing like numbers going up, and I should start to like choose what are some information I want to receive. Like too much stimulation will also create anxiety. And also I can learn about my interests, because I'm worried. I don't know if the new friends have the same interests as mine, but I can always learn more about my interests through internet. And I know someone was knitting. Yeah, like you can know some of your interests. And when you get out of quarantine, self-management, you can make new friends and you can share these interests with the people you know. Yeah, so these are the things you can come back to yourself and you can have a control of it. And yeah, thank you for sharing. You can't control is the weather. So make sure you know where you're at. And if it's too rainy, it will make our lower moods. You can go travel to where more sunny during the weekend, or go find a coffee shop that can make yourself calm. Maybe you can control is, yeah, you lay in the bed all day or not. This is your decision. Yeah, it's always helpful for me. Later, I will share 6 more ways for all of you. You can also like change your clothes during the day. So during the quarantine, not during the quarantine, when we were working from home, and when I wake up, I will also change to another outfit for the day. Still in my home, but I feel different, and that could help. Okay, and then the third one is find a benefit of it. You will think like, would it be, why can I find good things about quarantine. Like my mom might call me and I cannot make excuse to not pick up the phone because she knows I'm at the hotel. Okay, or maybe like my movement is restricted. So why can I find things? Maybe we can think what I can do during quarantine. Maybe read books, watch TV shows, movies that I didn't have time to read before. And promise everybody, everybody will know you'll be really busy, very busy. So you won't really have time to do things. Okay, clear your to-do list, practice yoga, reconnect with friends, sleep a lot. Maybe this could be what you can do during quarantine. Or maybe you can find challenges I can do at a new site. Maybe try different food here, practice Chinese with locals, travel different parts in Taiwan, talk to and meet new people, find a coffee shop I like. These are some challenges I can do in a new site. When you get out of quarantine, you will find that this will be a lot of benefit or challenges, and you can like list it down to help you know or have a picture of what it might look like. All right. Let me check how much time I have. Okay, I have 5 more minutes. I will go ahead and share very fast 6 ways that also can help you have more energy when having this isolation. When we are at like anxiety or feeling worried, our brain actually will have two tendency. We will want more information. Okay, we want to know more. And the second is because the media will create like these stories names to make us to appeal everybody. So our brain will have like more emotion about that feeling. So what is really helpful is you can reduce the source of stimulate, like what we talked about earlier, control. What are the resources, what are the sources, or what are the information we want to get. You can reduce exhaustion and avoid anxiety. And also maintain some routine. What I use some is if you maintain a routine, it will give up more pressure. It's okay to get out of your routine. Make some routine. Okay, between things, you can, like I said, you can change your outfit, or you can fold your blanket to know that, okay, I'm gonna have a day start. Okay. Third one is try something new. It will help you reduce the feeling of restriction and increase energy level. So if there's something you think like, oh, I heard of meditation, I don't know if it's going to help, you can go ahead and look online. There are lots of video practices and long practices, trying new things, then it could be really helpful. Okay, and right now, if you want to try new things, you don't have the ingredients, you don't have the materials. Right now, Food Panda, they also like deliver lots of things from the grocery stores. So you can definitely check that out to find your materials for yourself. And organizing and cleanup can help to calm your mind. This could help to lower your anxiety level. And then the fifth one is keep in touch with others, not including receiving messages from Fulbright's app. Okay, because like sometimes this is like your work here, but this means like you can keep in touch with the people you like, your coordinators, your family, your friends, and to have like some chat and some talks that could be helpful. The last one is practice mindfulness and meditation. It could calm and help and relax your mind. There are a lot of research on meditation mindfulness that could change our brain. We don't have time to share that with all of you today, but it could help your like mind for sure. Like it could create alpha wave, which is like when we're about to fall asleep, we have this relaxed wave in our brain. When we practice mindfulness, it could help with that. Okay, if you need some of like Headspace could be a good resource. And if you need other resources, I could also provide some of you, and you can Google online for that. Okay, so the last 2 slides I would like to share. The first one is always is important to have self-care using your 5 senses, listening, touching, smelling, tasting. and then watching. So you can see which one is better for yourself. And I would like to have a last guess for everybody. Which one will be the fastest one that could calm yourself down? Anyone wants to guess? Is it your eyes, your ears, your touching or smelling or taste? Which sense will be the fastest? Okay, because of the time, I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, so maybe it's touch and see. We touch, smell, different guesses. All of these five senses can be relaxing, but smelling, a sense of smell is the fastest because it's the only sense that which can directly reach to our amygdala. That is an area that could help. It's a emotional center of our brain. Other five senses will go through another part and then go to your brain and amygdala. But like smell, it will be directly go to the amygdala. So you can find if there like a smell of rose, lavender that you like, that could help you calm yourself down. It can recall some of your memories. So it's really important to find the smell. When you feel very nervous, I have my hand cream. It's rose, I like it. And when I use it, it can calm myself down. Okay, the last slide. Sorry to take a little bit over. Ooh, it's important, so it comes out a lot. Weather, mood and weather are really related. So make sure you are aware where you're at. Humidity, temperature, and sunshine have a greatest effect on these moods. So if you're at some places that rains a lot, you have to know that high levels of humidity will lower our score on concentration. So it will make us feel sleepy. Okay, so if it's rainy days, you will find yourself really sleepy. Yeah, this is totally normal. Don't feel like, oh, it's rainy, so I'm always moody at rainy days. Your body actually is, the humidity will change. It will lose our concentration on our five senses. Okay, if rising temperature can lower anxiety. So it's always nice to be in a warm place. Okay, but not too hot because sweat won't create other problems. And the last one is really important, the sunshine. Because when you have sunshine, it creates vitamin D. Vitamin D will have more serotonin, it will stable more your emotions. And this serotonin will turn into melatonin, which could help you have a better sleep. So why we need more sunshine is really important. When we're getting out of quarantine, hope that everybody could get enough sunshine and to take care of yourself. All right, so this is the resources. Fulbright site coordinators will be very helpful, advisors, other ETAs, and also don't forget me. And community, there will become counseling centers, clinics, hospital, and other LETs could be some of your resources or support. And also 1925-1995 is Lifeline 24/7. I can't guarantee when you call there, it's going to be English speaking person to help you, but you can try your best to, at least there's someone you can try to talk to, or they can find someone that could speak English to talk to you. Okay, so here are some resources for everybody. And sorry to take some of your time. You can practice this after this presentation. Okay, it's always important. Hi, Jane. Thank you for spending this hour listening to the presentation. If you lose attention at some point, it's okay. I will love you the same. New journey is ahead. Remember, you are not alone. Okay, hope you can have this conversation also with yourself later when you're having some time. This will be my email. If you didn't get it earlier, you can screenshot it. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll let you have your free time. Sorry, I take another 5 minutes. And if you have any questions, you can email me. And if there's any slides you want to revisit, I'll upload it, or I can go back it. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, Carlo. Okay, I'm gonna give back the time. I think everybody have a break. So go ahead and enjoy your break. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.